Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
What's good, everybody? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Look here. All right, let's check it out, man. Look, shit didn't happen over this weekend. We're gonna get into it, but we're gonna shout out to our guy Sterling, who is out for this week. So hopefully you can there's some good news that come around, and he'll be joined back with us. We got a show lined up for y'all. We're gonna talk about some shit real quick, but before we even get into that, man, let's talk about how these guys are doing here. We got Chris joining in with us and sitting in with us today. Got his All-Star Week, a little baseball hat on.
Yeah, it went with that. Went with a hat today. How many episodes do I got to do before I'm a regular?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you kind of are.
You kind of are. You just refuse to claim it. You know.
Wait.
Like,
Am I regular now?
Yeah. There it is. Now you initiated.
You gotta fuck up the microphone.
Now you initiated, but no. So we got Chris joining in with us. We got as usual Sports Plug Russ with us. How you fellas doing, man?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I believe on here, which Chris, we could go back and I need to clip that. I believe I told the people that 5 games would be played in this finals. And I believe that 5 games were played in this finals. And I believe I told the people that a team in Denver, Colorado was going to win these said finals. So I'll just sum up all my shit talk saying toot.
All right. So Chris, man, how you doing, brother?
We're all red Gatorade guys here, right? You guys don't have any weird Gatorade.
I'm gonna piss y'all off. I love the Gatorade. Orange is awesome.
Oh,
orange is awesome.
I'm gonna be honest. Is it weird that I don't have a preference except for lemon lime? Like I'm cool with anything except lemon lime.
Even the ice.
There's only 2.
You talking about the white one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white one doesn't bother me. White one doesn't bother me.
Like fucking nuts.
Yeah, the white one doesn't bother me, but it's definitely low tier. See,
Thomas is in on the yellow one.
Yeah.
No, do y'all remember the Michael Jordan flavor?
You talking about the orange?
I didn't know he had his own flavor.
No, it's called citrus citrus something. Damn, I used to memorize that flavor. It was the best.
Citrus Air is what it should have been called.
No, oh, citrus gifts. No, anyways, I'm not going to do it today, Chris. I'm sorry. But it was citrus something, but it was a dope ass flavor. I just don't like the apple and the cucumber one.
I was about to say that cucumber shit that they be doing, I can't get jiggy with that shit.
What's going on with that glass? That looks like the type of glass you drink cucumber water out of.
It's a highball. It's a highball.
Hey, don't hate. It's a Russ. It's what did Weezy say?
You know that glass yourself?
Whatever was in my cup, you know what I'm saying? It's in my cup. And as long as what's in my cup continues to make me feel this way. Feel it.
All right, man. So
but now, yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's get into it. This past weekend, thing that stood out to me was I didn't even know Floyd Mayweather.
We forgot. We just talked about that so much in the chat. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I didn't even know Floyd Mayweather had an exhibition fight, and I didn't even know that John Gotti's grandson was even boxing.
This is why you don't like gangsters in those places. They can't act right.
I heard about him, doing MMA, but I didn't know that he crossed over to boxing and shit like that. And I was, like, why, the fuck Floyd is fighting the Gotti grandson, but here we are. But I mean, look, man,
And then the ending.
Yeah, the ending about it, like, so apparently how it ended was they called it off. There was a little bit too much talking apparently, so for the ref, so the ref called it off, and
and Gotti said, "Fuck that."
Yeah, so he tried to rush Floyd. He got
I got some with me.
Yeah. Just when you thought the sport couldn't go any lower than Paul Brothers boxing.
Yeah. Man.
Exhibition.
It's YouTube fights. I'm begging for a YouTube fight after that shit show.
So yeah, and then they got, and then the family got involved, and the shit talking, but it's the internet. People talk shit all the time.
We got sisters threatening daughters.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, first, like, come on now, like, let's not even.
People like to watch a mess.
She put that bad juju on too. It could be 2 years.
Thank you, Thomas.
10 years. I'm coming for her.
Yeah, coming for her.
When he talks.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, like, first and foremost, that'll be stupid if you were to even act on this, because the world, you literally just told the world what you were going to do. So yeah,
you know who my family is.
Yeah,
I don't care.
And like, look, man, like, yeah, stop riding me dad's name, man.
They're gonna run it up. They're gonna run it up and have part 2. Watch. They're gonna run it up and have part 2.
Unless this was all like how they say in the wrestling world, was it a work or a shoot, whatever the fuck the term is. Unless they actually did this shit, intentionally to drive maybe another exhibition fight like Gotti Mayweather 2, or some shit like that. Then okay, I can see it. I can see it. But
Mayweather's like, y'all still gonna pay for me to do this. I'm still gonna find a way to appear.
Yeah. So
I'll come and entertain whatever you want for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So so we'll see.
Shots in though, Chris. I'm not gonna lie. He was tagging his ass. There's a reason why he had some go left in him after the ref called it. He was tired of getting punched in the face.
Mm-hmm. Anybody do that. And see, that's some shit that I always looked at with boxing. Is like, that's some shit that I couldn't like play or act.
No.
Because if you ever got hit in the face, you really want to hit that person that hit you in the face back. It's like,
when you can't.
Yeah, you can. It's like,
and that's Floyd's specialty.
Yeah.
Look, Chris is just a fan, and he's mad that someone can't hit him in the face.
Yeah.
But now, and a lot of other people too. But now, I was gonna say from the weekend, what I noticed. Did y'all see the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence shit talk? When he was talking about I'm a gut him like a fish, and he was talking all this shit, and Errol Spence was like, "Man, we from Jamaica, we smoke bud." That shit was.
I seen
that shit was classic as fuck.
I seen
I can't wait for
Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney's interactions at a club in Houston where Shakur sent him a bottle of he sent him a bottle, and you know how the bottle girls walk out with the sparklers and the signs, and the sign read, sign the contract, and I was like, oh, that's pretty clever. And he sent him a bottle. I was like, I wonder if he signed the contract, but he did. He did. He saw.
But I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't watched it, go watch the Earl Spence and Bud Crawford shit talk session they had.
Yeah, I got to go see that.
Amazing.
I saw Diggs versus McDermott 2 this weekend.
Oh, here he goes. Just take a guess. Take a guess.
No, we're not going to do this.
Diggs versus McDermott 2.
This is not a bill. So another news this weekend, the Gold Vegas Knights. They went ahead and won that Stanley Cup. Shout out to them. That's all I got for you for hockey.
Fuck Jack Eichel.
But real talk, Texas and Oklahoma both released their schedules for when they go to the SEC. What y'all want, Texas first or y'all want Oklahoma first?
Give me Texas. We're in Texas.
Okay. Texas has got my bad.
The biggest story in the NFL is too niche, but we're over here talking about some lame-ass college teams.
What are you talking about?
It's just lame to you because you just only think about the Bills. All right, and gotcha. Bang! And then
I used to be a Penn State fan until shit got weird in the showers.
They play Kentucky at home. They play Mississippi State at home. They play Arkansas away, OU away, but of course, that's a neutral site game. It's going to be the Triple D for the regular shootout. They get their chance to smack A&M in the mouth finally after how many years? Like a decade. Yep. How many years has it been since? Because A&M been running for a long time.
Yeah, it's been about over 10 years. Damn near, I think. Should be, if it ain't.
And I know they play Michigan to jump it off, but I don't. Vanderbilt, man, what the hell? Texas. That's some bullshit. All right, so on the Oklahoma side, Texas got the easier side of things. On the Oklahoma side, of course, it didn't load up on my computer. I got it right up. On the Oklahoma side,
this doesn't sound like tight hour material.
Yeah.
They have Alabama. They have Alabama home, South Carolina home, Tennessee at home, Texas at home. Of course, neutral site game. Auburn away, LSU away, Ole Miss away, and Missouri away. So Oklahoma has to play LSU and Alabama in the same year, and Texas has to play Georgia and A&M and Florida if they're nice.
Yeah, I think they do have to play Florida. I think some friends were just talking about that in the chat. So let's go ahead and get over to this day in sports. So what you got for us, Russ?
Since y'all don't give a fuck about college football until it comes up on your ass, you watch. Wait, y'all want to talk about this? Anyway,
is that a rosé in there?
Is it? No, it's not a rosé. It is not a rosé. It is a bunch of tequila and some margarita mix. Oh, and it's a pink lemonade margarita. All right, so
it's a pinky glass as well. Make sure you stick it out when you're drinking out of that thing.
Hey, you know what? You gotta like me, dog. Don't sweat the technique, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can pull this off, Chris. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Only me.
I got that wide mouth glass.
Pause. In the 1990 NBA Finals, defending champion Detroit Pistons beat the Portland Trailblazers after beating the Bulls in Game 7, which means Michael Jordan lost. So this undefeated shit just he lost like 9 times. Anyways,
no, that was before he became
92,
Jordan.
92. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course. Everything was before.
Pre 90 doesn't count.
They beat the Trailblazers 92-90 in Game 5 for back-to-back titles. MVP Isaiah Thomas. I did this for a couple reasons. Really, I just did it for one reason. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas because he doesn't get enough respect, and people try to brush him off into the history books because he is the man that made Michael Jordan look like a human being, as well as Larry Bird.
A young, inexperienced, selfish Michael Jordan.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But everybody talks about LeBron.
You tell me about the guy who beat up on Jordan when he was on the Wizards too.
I mean, he didn't beat him up. He didn't beat him up. On scoreboard, he beat him up 93-70. I think the score was like 93-70. If you get a chance, youngin, go back and watch that game. You're gonna go watch Isaiah Thomas whoop the shit out of the Bulls, and Michael Jordan looking like, what the fuck is this? It's Zeke, bitch. It's Zeke all up in your motherfucking area. Welcome to Detroit. Detroit basketball.
You're to a Cowboys fan to be a Jordan hater.
I'm not a Jordan hater. I tell the truth. It's not a, and hey. In the words of the great American poet Roger Davis, this is not a diss record. It is the truth.
Truth. It's just the truth. And speaking of the truth, let's go ahead and talk about MMA. Amanda Nunez just retired at a final bout this past weekend, coming up on a win. But I want to say special shout out to Charles Oliveira. You won us some money for our sports Betstamp sports betting segment there. So shout out to Charles Oliveira, but most importantly, shout out to me because I was the guy who picked the winner.
Again, you're undefeated in MMA.
You know, damn, I lost again.
No, well, we'll get to that shortly.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Shout out to Amanda Nunez. Hell of a career.
Can I say one thing though? Okay, now I'm gonna look like a hating ass dude right now, but I'm gonna say both of y'all gotta tell the truth. Thomas and Boogie, she is running for Pena. She running from Pena.
Nah, bro, she knocked out Pena in
spectacular. Pena beat the first one.
Yeah, she did, and then she got her belts back, and she got a dub back.
What's over 3?
I'm more interested in a Shevchenko, Valentina, and Nunez 3, but
Did you see the chick with her titties out in the weigh-in?
Wow.
No, I didn't.
I have
You didn't hear about that?
Now you got
she was advertising her OnlyFans, and she, you know how they do the body paint where it's technically covering them, but they're naked with the body paint on.
Oh, okay.
So she had her OnlyFans painted on her
Did you get the OnlyFans?
Non-man breasts freaking for the weigh-in?
Okay, so did you get the OnlyFans then information there?
I guess she was launching it that night. That
okay.
was like her big
now I gotta go do the legwork because Chris didn't do it. All right, now I gotta find.
Why do I gotta go to fans? I
gotta find out. There. Now I gotta find out.
Don't pay for OnlyFans.
Yeah, you can find it. But now I gotta do research.
Shout out to Amanda Nunez, who just as we look back on some of her spectacular knockouts, nothing was more graceful as when she whooped the shit.
Valentina is the better fighter. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. Selichenko? Is it
Shevchenko?
Selichenko. It's got a Chanko at the end. But the spectacular knockout like 4 years ago when she beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey was beautiful. Just the punches and punches and punches and punches and punches.
Yes. But Amanda Nunez, man, shout out to her. She locked up 2 divisions. So hopefully we can see some new fighters emerge out of these two divisions that you
greatest female fighter ever.
You said greatest female. I think
greatest female fighter ever.
I think you got to give it to her.
I say so. Yes.
I think you got to give it. I'm a Shevchenko fan, so I get more, enjoyment out of watching Shevchenko fight. I think her fight style is a lot more precise, and she is more well-rounded. But if you want to see, just a fucking lioness mauling poor deer, and you want to watch Amanda Nunez.
There's something about Amanda Nunez. Oh my God! Here we go. I knew he was gonna find a picture.
So they got it. They got the money shot blurred out a little bit there. You can see they went at it hard with the Photoshop, but that was her debut.
Difference. Look at the size difference.
She looks like she can really fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like she got some knockout power there. Look at those shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks like she does some sit-ups too.
Yeah, she does.
Real fighter there.
Yeah. What's her name?
Jesus. All right, go on, bring it up screen.
So yeah,
that is
see how just Bane Bridges.
No. It was
Eddie Hearn ain't showing.
Y'all see what happens when the NBA finals don't go 7 games. Y'all see what happens?
Shanika Johnson.
All right, yeah, there we go. I got the name. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Yep. And she was a champion. A super bantamweight title holder. Oh yeah,
I'm good. I'm not gonna touch that one.
Nice. Okay, good addition there, Chris. I like.
Thomas says she can't fight, so maybe she's the Paige Spiranak of MMA.
So I mean, I would do my research.
Study hard.
Yeah, I think that's what that's what I'm gonna do. But shout out to Nunez.
Probably can't fight. I mean, you probably go to her page and see it get beat up. Anyway,
all right. Look, I intend to find out. All right.
I like Thomas too. Thomas got some good comments.
So
Thomas, you have just. You open that can of worms. It's just beginning.
All right,
so love Thomas.
All right, so check it out. So let's go ahead and get over to the NFL here. All right, man. Look. So this past weekend, at this point, we got some people sitting in free agency. Some notable names. DeAndre Hopkins just got released 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, or some shit like that. Might go to Patriots, might go to Titans. We don't know. Dalvin Cook literally just got released.
I know Dalvin is the thing. But can we? DeAndre Hopkins to the Patriots is kind of important. With Bill O'Brien being
the OC.
Yeah.
The Patriots are finishing fourth with or without DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay. That's okay. So all right, I want y'all to do this. Okay, so next time we talk NFC East, right? And y'all bring up one of the NFC East teams not named the Cowboys, and I say that team's official. Y'all say, Russell, you are biased because Chris, you are. Am I looking up at your camera? You are biased. Like you are.
Am I wrong? Do you think if Hopkins signs right now with the Patriots, do you think they?
The reason why they will bring D-Hop in there, and let's just talk about it. The reason why they're going to bring D-Hop in there is
I didn't even say who would win the division.
Well, we're not talking about who win the division. We're talking about.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying as an addition. Yeah. When people say, because we're reading into the tea leaves, that it's either going to be the Patriots or it's going to be the Titans. And I'm sitting here saying him on the Patriots, whether they win the division, whether they go 10-6, 10-8 or 10-9, whatever it is, 10-8 or what is it, 17 games now?
Yeah, I think it's 18.
Huh?
It's 18 games.
18 games. So whether it's 10-8, 8-10, whatever the record is, like his addition to that team makes that team on paper more formidable than it was before in a way that makes you say, hold up now, because Bill O'Brien does know how to call an offense. He just doesn't know how to be a GM and a coach.
Well, and another thing is that you bring it in D-Hop because he's shown his entire career that irregardless of whoever
that's what I thought, Thomas. I was tripping.
Yeah. It was 18 weeks, 17.
We played too much Madden for that.
Yeah.
Much Madden
Yeah, you bring in a person like D Hop to kind of help your quarterback in, because his whole career, whether he was the mid-tier guy or a low-tier guy, he has shown that he can produce, and that he was a reliable set of hands. So if they're really trying to turn things around and shore things up with Mac Jones, that's obviously the guy that you want to bring in.
And it'll help Mac Jones out a lot, because he catches bad but he catches bad balls. I couldn't find another way to say it.
Man,
so
look, this is a free space, brother. It's a free space, bro.
Oh, it's not. Y'all just met Thomas. It is not a free space. There is no free space. Space is in slavery. if Mr. English is around, you better have a pause in your back pocket. And I'm pulling mine out and saying it. Pause. And he just catches.
All right. But no, proceed, brother. Proceed.
It is, but it's not terrible. So,
which means he walks straight into double coverage.
But okay, he does. But Juju Smith-Schuster is not. He's a player that is not liked by a bunch of safe words, my boy. See, I told you, you better walk lightly. It's like glass with the janky edges. No, it's not a bad core. You got the law firm. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, and then you have a true number one. So this is not about like him just being like, yo, you're gonna be the number one, but it's like what fit on a team makes a team better, and he's gonna get open. He's D-Hop.
Do you honestly believe the best situation for Hopkins at this point in his career is to go somewhere where he's heavily relied on as the number one and not an above average number two?
We started the conversation with two teams because that's what the tea leaves are telling us. It's Tennessee and it's the Patriots. So those two teams are both teams that are going to treat him the same way. And he's going to go to both those teams other than another one because they're going to pay him probably $13 to $13 million. That's the only reason why he's thinking of doing it anyways. It's probably going to be in Tennessee while we're talking about the Patriots anyways. But Hop is still a number one. I think that Chris, what you're looking at it, and you're a Bills fan, you're looking at it, well, they're not going to be able to beat us. And I'm not saying that and getting into that. I'm just saying if you put Hop on the Patriots with a good offensive coordinator, they have a run game. They have an offensive line. They have a pretty good defense. They have the best coach ever who's able to devise plans. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be a number one on either squad. I'm just saying if he's a number one with the Patriots, y'all don't think if he's a number one with the Patriots, it's not easier to get open. Who's the other receivers that he's going to be balling with in Tennessee?
Didn't they draft a young stud?
The guy from
You just said they drafted a young stud. I'm talking about Juju just won a Super Bowl. Whether you hate Juju Smith or not, he catches balls, when you need him to. You know what I'm saying? When you need him to, he does. Like I get it. Like people don't like Juju, but I take that shit out of it. I'm not finna have drinks with the dude. You know what I'm saying? He would fit. Baltimore can't have anybody else, Thomas. Though he would though. That would be crazy.
You know why he'd fit? You know why he'd fit in Baltimore? Because them two old ass wide receivers basically make one, and you'd be lucky to have at least one of them on the field the whole season.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna eat those words, Chris, and when you do, you're gonna blame Sean McDermott. It's not gonna be as far just because you downplay really good players.
Well, Sean McDermott is very, very concerned, or at least he was as of yesterday.
The only reason why D-Hop is not gonna end up on one of these other teams is because he saw how much Odell is getting. So, like, if you see how much Odell is getting, if he wants to take less money, he'll just go to the Jets. 100%. He'll just go to the Jets. If he wants to take that much less money, go to. But let's get to Dalvin Cook. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's talk about Dalvin Cook. So Dalvin Cook is hit free agent on the free agent market and has yet to sign. As long as same thing with Zeke. Zeke is still out there.
There's like 5 or 6 running backs out there.
Yeah, I think it's I'm about to say Garrett Blunt like a motherfucker. God damn it. You know what I mean. Motherfucker from Tampa Bay. Yeah, LSU. That motherfucker. Fournette. Yeah, Leonard Fournette. So, I mean, look.
I think Sherrard is referring to the last time Hopkins played against the Bills for the Texans, because the last time Hopkins actually played against the Bills was for the Cardinals when they won.
We're talking about the Texans.
Hail Mary.
He's talking about the Texans. So
but the last time Hopkins played the Bills, he caught a Hail Mary.
Can y'all see the bias? Yeah, he doesn't like D-Hop because D-Hop looks like he be smacking the Bills around. He don't want to see that.
I never said I don't like Hopkins.
All right, so not what. So let's go ahead and stay on topic here. If he's playing the Bills, you know anybody playing the Bills. All right, so let's go ahead and stay on topic.
Man, hey, shotgun. Chris says a lot of, but we got to go to Dalvin.
Yeah, let's talk about Dalvin because we'll talk about.
Look at exploded. Look at exploded. Look at exploded. But no, Chris, I gotta ask: are you saying D-Hop is not a number one?
No, I'm not saying that he's not and can't be a number one. I'm just saying
yes at this or stage, no. The people want to know.
I'm saying at this stage of his career, do you really want to fight through double teams and carry the load of the team every single day, week in and week out, or would you rather be that complimentary number 2 wide receiver that's seeing a lot of single coverages, a lot of soft coverages, and you can really feast in the later stages of your career because there's
niggas broke. That's why he ain't going there.
Chris, thank you, Chris.
I don't care about the Bills. I'm just saying in general.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying, Chris, you keep bringing up points as if every team's gonna pay this man 11 to 12. Like, nah, sure. I'm with you, shotgun. I'm trying to figure out why you think this man is not a number one because you didn't say yes or no. The answer is yes, and the answer, the reason why he's gonna go to one of these other teams and be a number one is because they're gonna pay him over $10 million. So he's not going to it's not about would you rather go to a team and be like less coverage. It's about can I get my paper and can I get my targets? And he's going to get both. He's going to get both in one of these other teams. And I was just saying that he'd be better on the Bills. I mean, not the Bills, but he'd be better on the
Who's got the Bills on their mind now, huh? No, I'm just saying if the money's equal.
They all wear red, white, and blue. Shit.
If the money's equal everywhere, I would go to a place that already has a strong wide receiver, at least one strong wide receiver there.
And if I had magical powers, I'd tap this glass twice and it refill itself, and I would continue drinking. But you know what? It's not the money real. It's like but all right, my bad. Okay, my bad. Dalvin, it exploded though. The people wanted to talk about it. We ain't getting to Murray. He probably playing Call of Duty right now.
But no, look, man. So Dalvin Cook is in the free agent market, and along with other notable running backs, there has been a steady decline in the running back market and the value of the running back position for quite some time now, with the exception of maybe like a couple of guys. You got who, Bijan Robinson recently had Saquon Barkley before him. But as of, really, you had people like Felix Jones going in the first round and Darren McFadden and shit like that. Now, and I'm going to be honest with you, all this is brought up on, and I was used to put it like this. Long story short, I miss NCAA. I watch NCAA videos and whatchamacallit. I was watching this video of this guy whose name is not the expert, and he was playing NFL coach. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but he was playing in college. Okay, so he and in the draft, they had the draft class and stuff like that, and he was doing a playthrough and doing the streams. And the one thing that he said was, why are so many running backs valued so high? And I'm like, motherfucker, that's how the league was. And then I thought to myself, I was like, dog, this kid was probably like fucking 5 years old when the fucking game came out. And, it got me starting to think, how the league used to be. When you look at NFL rosters back then, you had a star quarterback. If you didn't have a star quarterback, you had an above average guy. But if not, you had a fucking stud of a running back. Every team had to have a running back. Like looking at your respective teams, you had M. Smith, you had Thurman Thomas, and the Cowboys kept with that trend of staying with capable and good running backs.
Can I? Go ahead, my bad.
But no, I was just saying this is that do you see this before we get into landing spots or continuing landing spots? Do you see the trend actually changing in the near future, or does it go back to the original? Well, not the original game, but how the game used to be played.
Because the NFL does exactly the opposite of what exactly you should do to win. No, it's not. Like, is the running back position is devalued because of one or two quarterbacks. And Mahomes did, that's true. And I like that you use Mahomes, Thomas, as an example. Like, there's only one of him. So if you look at every example of you don't need a running back, it's always a guy like Mahomes who won. Like, I get it. Josh Allen's a great quarterback because I know you want to talk about the Bills. He's a great quarterback, but with the guy like Dalvin Cook, or if you traded all your assets and went and got Saquon Barkley, you would win. The reason why Troy Aikman was a star is because he had a guy like Emmitt Smith to hand the ball to. I think that a lot of these teams are devaluing the running back in the wrong situations. Like if you have Danny Dimes, like you need a Saquon Barkley. Like it complements. It lets Danny Dimes play better. Like, I don't think that teams are looking at that. Like, I think that the Atlanta Falcons really looked at that and said, this guy is going to make our quarterback play better. Now, the question is, did you get the right quarterback? And are you going to waste his carries in that time frame? Because that is a true thing that happens. If you get a running back and draft him while your team is sorry, you're going to waste his best years. And so that's why a lot of teams don't do it. But it's false. Like, the Vikings, to me, are going to suck without Dalvin Cook. Like, they need a running back that's good that you can give the ball to. All these backup guys and these like running back by committees, that shit don't work. You want to know why your team is losing in the playoffs? Because you ain't got a workhorse back there to give the ball to. That's why they're losing. You cannot continuously throw the ball, and expect to win. So yeah, it's devalued, but the shit's stupid. It's dumb. It's like they shouldn't be devalued. It's literally a bunch of people saying because they don't last as long as everybody else, we don't want to draft them high. And what they should just do is just say, hey, man.
Patriots never had a dominant running back through any point of their run.
Actually, to be honest with you, yes, they did. They just had a different one each time. They just had a different, but every year they had a running back.
But that shows how replaceable they were. They just plugged anyone else.
Who was their quarterback? Chris, again.
Okay.
Tom Brady. But look, hold on. Before you
he just said he couldn't think of a successful team in recent memory that had a dominant running back. I just named one that won 7 Super Bowls.
Look, but they had the greatest quarterback of all time. And then the second team.
It's a team with recent success. It's a team with recent success that doesn't have a dominant running back.
Name a team that does not have the greatest quarterback of all time that was successful with a bunch of also ran running backs.
Anyway, so I like the fact that you and I are natural adversaries on most points because you take the asinine side and I take the ruthlessly rational side. The running back position is only going to continue to get devalued more than it already has, and it's the first of several positions that are going to get devalued because there's just too many people that are coming out to those positions.
No one says that.
Number one. The reason the running back position is going to get further devalued is because the running back position is the natural place you're going to look to when you're balancing out these Mahomes, Josh Allen contracts. Like now I still want to build a strong team for these guys. Where's the first place I can cut and go cheap on a position? Running back. Easily replaceable, high turnover. The next position that this is going to happen to is the wide receiver position. Because there's going to be there already is an influx. It's just there's badass wide receivers everywhere because everybody's playing wide receiver now. They're throwing the ball more. There's more getting developed in college. All of these things are coming along. So what you're seeing happen to the running back, it's only the beginning of what's coming for the wide receivers.
I just want to quote the great. I love all that, Chris. I just want to quote the great American quote the great American poet Dwayne Carter when I say. My Chris talk like and I just say right. So anyways, as for like no one's saying that wasn't the case. What I'm saying is you can't point me at a team that wins the Super Bowl that doesn't have a cornerstone running back besides the 2 best quarterbacks that we have seen ever.
That's not what the topic was, and I was simply responding to the generic question the audience member had.
But I answered the first thing I said is it gets devalued. And then
if you gave me a few minutes, I could find one in the recent history.
I mean, we got.
All right, let's between the three of us, I'm sure we can remember the last 10 Super Bowl winners. Yeah. So let's exclude the Patriots and go.
Philadelphia Eagles. It took y'all long enough, but go ahead.
Philadelphia Eagles. I mean.
I did it for you, but
running back.
One. I mean, you can make my point for me, but they had LeGarrette Blount. But what I'm saying is they didn't have a cornerstone back. What I'm saying is, though, the point I'm trying to make is not that running backs are not to be devalued. It's what they're going to do. That's why I started by saying the NFL does dumb shit like this all the time. What I'm saying, if you have a quarterback like a Kirk Cousins, if you have a quarterback like a Daniel Dimes, If you have a quarterback that is not the top tier, top of the top, then you need a great running back because he is going to take the pressure off. Like there's a reason why
a good running back is going to help.
Okay, let's focus on your team. Okay, real talk. Y'all need Dalvin Cook. Y'all need him. Like the reason why y'all failed last year is because you do not have someone that you can just give the ball to, and y'all's running game is revolved around Josh Allen. Save us.
So
come on, Chris.
Okay, from the outside looking in, and in a previous version of me, I would probably agree with you in that sentiment and have argued right alongside of you with that. But with the evolution of the game and who Josh Allen is, here's the reality of it. If you bring in somebody like a Saquon Barkley or you bring in a dominant running back, they need 20 to 30 touches a game to have heavy impact and produce the way that they're designed to play. They need to be a feature back, which means you're now redesigning your offense around these guys as opposed to Josh Allen. And every carry you give a Saquon Barkley is one less.
Hey, my guy.
Is one less touch.
To see your face. Yes.
Is one less touch for Josh Allen.
Man, I'm so happy to see you, bro.
Boy, you came back in right on time. Chris over here talking about the Bills.
Yeah, man, he's talking about bullshit.
They want a feature back for the Bills, and my argument is that just takes touches away from Allen, and that's just not something you want to do at this stage of his career.
That's the problem. Okay, it's not that. Okay, so this is not downing any. Okay, Josh, this is not downing Josh Allen. It's definitely downing Kirk Cousins when I make my point with Kirk Cousins, and it's definitely going to be downing, I guess, Tua when I make my point because when the Miami Dolphins get him and they go out there and whoop y'all ass because Dalvin Cook is running in that 49ers. Shanahan-based scheme, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? And then Tua with less throws, because I think Josh Allen is way better. With less throws, he's gonna be able to make more plays.
But the touches you're taking away from him are not just the throws. They're also the scrambles and the times when it is a pass play, but he runs with. Yes, you do. He's great at it. Sterling, jump in here on do you think a feature back would help the Bills or take away touches from Allen?
It'll help the Bills in the long term because you don't want a quarterback with that many touches each and every year, right?
Chris Rod just said the same thing.
They need. I think they just need to run more effectively. I think the amount of carries that you're not going to stop Josh from running, right? You're not going to save him from himself, but if he wants to have a long career, he's going to have to change it up slightly. And they talked about that this offseason. I think James Cook is the answer, though. I think he's going to give them a little bit of everything they need. Now, I do like the moves with Latavius Murray and Damian Harris. Like, that's going to fill out the running back room. So, you expect James Cook to get about, 200 touches, 200 carries at least, and maybe, manufacture 30, 40 receptions, right? So, I just think they need to figure out how to not have the ball in Allen's hands so much because teams are figuring out, like, when it's just a Josh Allen-centric offense, you take away Diggs, and here we go, right? It's 27-10 in the playoffs, and the Bengals at home in the snow because you can't run the football, and your offensive coordinator is kind of trash right now. So I think they got to figure it out.
Digging. And Joe Mixon just digging.
Right. I do think I'm not. Dalvin Cook's not the answer for the Bills. Statistically, he's gotten worse statistically each and every season. He's a 27-year-old running back. I just don't think his longevity in his career. I'm not worried about the Miami Dolphins rushing attack because they haven't done anything on the offensive line yet. They still haven't done anything. So
let me counter that, Sterling, because here's what I'm saying. This is not about getting Dalvin Cook for the long haul. This is about getting him for a long enough time to win the damn Super Bowl. And I think that if you put Dalvin Cook on a better team, because we all can agree that y'all are better than the Vikings, right? Even though the bullshit happened last year and the Vikings got lucky and all that crazy shit happened, we would agree that the Buffalo Bills are a better football team than the Vikings, correct?
Yeah.
And we would all agree that Dalvin Cook on that team makes other teams have to play Josh Allen in a way that makes it easier for him. The dude can throw the ball all over the yard. But if you have a guy that is known for busting it open, if you miss any tackles, if you play any
I think James Cook is a better cook.
At this point, I don't know why people aren't giving James Cook any love.
Because I think it's because of what I'm talking about. The difference is I'm talking about the difference between just a good running back in a real workhorse and a real star running back in the backfield.
Sean makes a great point. I'm not paying any running back $15 million. If I was gonna pay $15 million, I go get Hopkins.
But peep this. Let me ask you this. For Buffalo Bills, because for the Vikings, Sean shotgun, I agree. For the Vikings, you don't give him $15 million because he's not going to move the needle for y'all. Because your team needs more than that. The Vikings just have a thick cloud over them, a Kirk cloud over them. Now, as far as a team like the Bills that are one step away, it's $15 million for what? How many years would he want?
But that immediately becomes, if I'm going to pay $15 million for Dalvin Cook, why wouldn't I pay $15 million for DeAndre Hopkins?
You don't need to pass the ball more. You need to control the game.
But Hopkins would have a far more bigger impact in the game than Cook would. Cook would have like 10 touches a game, be out there for 15, 20 plays tops.
Here's the difference. Yes, Hopkins in a pass-heavy offense would, oh my God, he's blowing it up. But if you get a running back and you can control the game, you're going to win the Super Bowl. It's $15 million worth winning the Super Bowl. We're not talking about.
I think they have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl with Hopkins than they would Cook.
Hold up. No, you don't. You have a better chance of looking cute and putting a.
They already got enough good running backs. They don't need another good running back.
They don't have a guy like that.
Singletary was a very good running back, but they never gave it to him enough. I love Singletary. I think he's going to go off in the Texans.
Dalvin Cook?
No, I'm saying that they already. They're not going to give him the ball enough for it to make a difference.
Because they ain't had a dude like this. That's
like Dalvin.
Let's use your logic.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
That's like a team that's a run-heavy team saying, that's like the Baltimore Ravens said, we just got ODB and we not finna give him the ball because we run heavy.
OBJ.
Like, come on, bro.
I think we're focused on. Look, I would agree with you if this was Dalvin Cook 5 years ago, 3 years ago, right? But an aging running back like that, he's not like Christian McCaffrey.
And we're gonna learn when he lights it up on the Texans this year.
I'm glad you said McCaffrey because if you saw let me finish. What McCaffrey did.
Let
me finish. If Boogie could attest to this, James Cook is that dude, and I don't think the world has really seen the best James Cook because he's played behind 3-4 running backs his whole career at Georgia. He played behind Devin Singletary, and the Bills even said they needed him to change his practice habits and the way he prepares for the game. But you saw he was 11 carries shy from being the yards per carry average in the NFL, just 11 carries. The man averaged 5.6 yards a carry, and that means something. Now, so just think about this. You got to put it all together. The Bills went out and got Dalton Kincaid as a slot receiver. So now when a team goes nickel, when they show those light boxes to a Dalvin Cook with an improved offensive line, he is going to be able to show off his elusiveness and speed, right? So if you go into 12 personnel, which is one running back, 2 tight ends, now you have to pick your poison of how you're going to attack the defense, right? So now you got Knox and Kincaid as blockers with a beefed up offensive line. Dalvin Cook's going to eat. I mean, James Cook is going to eat this year. So they don't need Dalvin Cook. It'd be nice if he could get a veteran minimum. I say cut Damian Harris and bring on Cook. The Cook brothers. But they're not going to do that.
Sterling, stop me if you heard this one before. But the Bills with a running back averaging over 5 yards a carry and they don't give him enough touches, I'm shocked.
And that parlays it to the reason why Stephon Diggs is so pissed off, because you got an offensive coordinator who didn't get him involved in the offense toward the end of the season. He's pissed. And they got to figure that. They got to figure it out. And McDermott is falling all over himself.
Very concerned.
So, but anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
Then the next day, everything's great. What are you guys talking about? Everything's great.
Here's my thing, though, as a fan. If my team has a chance, you have the guy. Because I don't disagree with the James Cook theory. I'm talking about right now at this moment. Dalvin is better.
No,
you wouldn't pay for that opportunity because if the Bills
when you also add in salaries, Dalvin's not better. When you measure impact by dollar amounts, James Cook's way better.
If you get him on a veteran minimum contract or a $3 million contract, then Dalvin's better. But what he's asking is the same reason why DeAndre Hopkins is not signed. It's because of what they're asking for the contract.
I feel what y'all are talking about, and I realize the financial parts of it. Don't think I don't. Shotgun, I do realize the financial parts, and that's the only thing I'll think about. Boogie, I want to ask you a question straight up. And this is also a question to Thomas out there, to Chris, to Sean, to everybody who has a favorite football team. If your team had the opportunity to slightly overpay a guy and get to the Super Bowl, would you take it? It's going to put your team over the top.
You're proposing that as an absolute, though.
That's
not real.
I asked Boogie. No, it is real with y'all team, but I asked Boogie and the people at home. Would you want your team to do it to win?
Look, okay. If it's a guarantee, I'm taking it. But nothing's guaranteed. And I'm not paying a guy $15 million on the 1 year.
I want to hear Sterling's answer to this question. If you could add one, the same exact contract, and they'd say yes, which do you think would be a more impactful signing for this one season coming up? Hopkins or Dalvin Cook?
Hopkins all the way.
I'm taking Hopkins.
No.
All the way.
And
it's not even a
debate. We're looking at the Bills, right? And we're looking at the Bills. This is for the Bills. Yeah. I gotta go with D-Hop. And the reason why I'm saying is that look, you got Gabe Davis that's 50-50. He's a 50-50 guy. You know, you don't know which one you're going to get whenever he shows up. How Sterling just said, you can actually run a double tight and have Kincaid and Knox work the middle. And look, and I'm telling you, dude, like I have a lot of faith in James Cook.
Yeah, well, guess what, Thomas? We gave you one for free, so congratulations. He's going to be great.
Look, I got a lot of faith in James Cook. I think that he's going to get, he's going to be.
Shit, y'all gave the Giants a lot more than just a receiver.
Yeah.
The best coach in our building, probably the better GM.
Y'all gave everything. Damn.
You just
what did it cost you?
Yeah, Thomas sitting over there like as a Giants fan, like shit, we stole her. y'all had the baddest one and we stole her.
I actually think that's a great fit. I'm with Sean on that. I think that's a great fit.
That'd be him and Kamara. That'd be dope.
I mean, we got Kamara, we got a lot of guys in that.
Yeah, I think
isn't Kamara going to jail?
He might be suspended. I think we don't know.
He's seriously not going to go to jail for that?
I think that y'all are really devaluing. Before I know that we got to get to the Betstamp, but I think that y'all are really devaluing, and I love it though because when he ends up with Coach Logic and Mike, that's Mike McDaniels, I call him Coach Logic. When he ends up with Coach Logic in Miami, and we already know we've been over this, Sterling and Chris and Boogie, you a witness. I done already told y'all Miami over y'all in the division. I done already told y'all, and when they get Dalvin Cook and Chris in the chat, he'll back me up. When they get Dalvin Cook and that Shanahan, yeah. We're going to see.
Yeah.
And then nobody's damn, why Tua look so good? All right.
I'm not doubting the fact. I mean, you put any running back with that offensive scheme, it goes back to the Shanahan days. They're going to succeed. But the problem you got to ask yourself, why would a team like the Vikings, who have ample cap space, get rid of Dalvin Cook? There was no drama. They just felt like, why did they feel like they felt like Alexander Madison? Hold on. They felt like Alexander Madison is the better back right now. So we're going to release Dalvin Cook. Why did they do that?
Because No. I feel them because if your team is not over that edge, this only applies to teams like the Buffalo Bills that are like on the cusp. Like if your team is on the cusp and these guys that are 27, because I can't fight data. Like it's facts. Like the guys go down. You know what I'm saying? Chris is right. The Bills need better O-line play in some cases. And like on the run. The back, like so.
Hopefully Torrance helps with that.
Yeah.
I think that it's the fact that these older backs, they do slow down, but I'm talking about putting them on really good teams. I'm not like when I say he's a workhorse type back, it's give and take. Like you want the running back to be good enough to take carries away or take snaps away from your quarterback, and you want your quarterback good enough to perform. That's why I like a guy like Troy Aikman because he wasn't the best, but he was only called upon on these second and long, third and longs on real passing situations, and he hit his mark. Like if you're like this passing for 50 yards for 50 times a game, 50, 45, 50, 30, like all these passes, I don't care about all that shit. You putting up 20. If you put up 40 shots and score 40 points, nigga, you suck. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about the guys that can go out there and pass.
Well, the game is now though.
30. I know. Fuck what it is. I'm talking about winning. This is why these teams lose. Like everybody gives me the example. That's what the game is. But people that continuously play football win. And if you have a Patrick Mahomes, you can do extra shit. But people that play football win. All this other stuff They did cut Dalvin for a reason because he's older and their team ain't going nowhere. So there's no point in keeping it. But I'm talking about putting him on a good team that's going somewhere. Like the logic behind this is not the fact that it's Dalvin the best ever. It's that guys, you're not even thinking about like what he can do on a good team.
What's the last run heavy offense to make a conference championship?
I think it's
the 49ers. Fuck the 49ers every fucking year. The same
and what
team
killed?
Thank you.
What killed them?
I'll be quiet.
The second they lost the quarterback, they couldn't run the ball no more.
Because they couldn't. They lost every quarterback, not a quarterback. What kind of point is that? That's like telling them motherfucker, hey, you ain't got no legs, you can't walk. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like they lost every quarterback and lost. But before that, the 49ers run heavy offense, getting it done.
No, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I agree. I see what you're saying. However, it's just these guys don't want to take less money. So if you're going to go on the Bills, you're going to go on the Chiefs, you're going to take less money. Yeah. Would they help the team? Absolutely. But at that contract, you have to put the contract in that as well. Yeah, Dalvin right now is a better running back than James Cook, right? He is a better running back. But for that contract and that price, you just can't do it. You can't have it all.
That's why I asked you the question. Because that's why you make the choice. If you believe that he can win you a Super Bowl, you spend that bread.
But that's not guaranteed.
Nothing is guaranteed.
So let's look at it this way. For the Bills' point of view.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Dalvin gives
nothing
you,
is guaranteed forever.
It makes your offense this much better. D-Hop makes your offense this much better. For the Bills.
I think it's opposite. Because I don't think the Bills' problem is the guy throwing the balls and receivers getting open. I think it's that you do it too much and teams know it's coming. Like you need someone that strikes fear in that backfield. Will you have someone
would you rather defend one Stephon Diggs or two Stephon Diggs? Like you look, it's the greatest show on turf. It's the Bills' offensive line needs to change regardless. Like they need to get better.
Here's the caveat to this. Ask me what I want to guard them if I know it's coming. Yeah, because I know what they're gonna do. If I know what you're gonna do every time,
you're diminishing the value of Josh Allen.
No, I watched the playoffs last year, and I watched what the Bengals did.
You're
they knew what y'all were
diminishing.
gonna do.
That's not why they lost.
Y'all passed all. Y'all didn't have a consistent run game. You couldn't get the pass game going because they knew what you were going to do. If you have a guy that's back there that's like, fuck that. You need to put 8 in the box. There's no way you can stop the quarterback. This is why we're mad about Dak and Dallas, because we get 8 in the box.
None of these players matter when McDermott's still a coach. End of story.
I got two, and we'll move on from this topic, but I got two names for you. Roger Saffold is a reason. He was trash in that game. Josh Allen was running all over the place, and offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. If those two components were better, they beat the Bengals.
How about if Allen's girlfriend doesn't go rummaging through his phone? Maybe they.
You know me and Kellen. You know me with Kellen Moore, so I can't.
That's a good point, Chris.
All right.
All right. Hit with the Betstamp.
All right. So let's go with the Betstamp segment here. We got the Betstamp coming up for you in just a minute. Good word from a handsome spokesperson. I hear.
Oh, we forgot to do our commercial.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna skip the commercial. Go right to the bet.
How we do last week? I shouldn't have asked that.
I'm pulling up. We actually did good last week. We went 3-1. We brought.
So did I get mine?
We brought our score back to 8-6. Let's see what we got right last week. We had 3 wagers. We had the Oliveri going undefeated. The Golden Knights, that was me calling that one. And then Russ held us down with his stupid baseball picks. Russ, you're 0 for 3 on your baseball picks. All heavily confident that they were absolutes.
I thought that I thought the Houston Astros was going to be absolute as well.
That's crazy. All right, but that's cool. Toronto was on a hot streak though, so it's cool.
So Russ, as the mush of the week, which sport would you like to start with for your for finding something?
We're going baseball. We're going baseball.
You're not allowed to pick baseball. Yeah, you're already struck out by baseball standards.
Hey man,
you know what? It's the people that talk shit in the first quarter that end up crying in the fourth. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go baseball again. Let me see
Keep
what's
swinging
going on here. Of course. All right. You know what? Just because you're talking that shit, I'm gonna go tomorrow. We got Houston versus Washington. Houston, I'm picking Houston again. I'm going with
putting your lot in these losers and cheaters.
I'm gonna go with the -1.5. I'm gonna go with the -1.5. Hey, it doesn't matter because if I keep betting and they keep losing, that's good for me too. I found a way, Houston. I found a way. I'm picking y'all all year long. All right, so I got Houston -1.5, and they gonna cover because if they don't, hey, shit, that means the Yankees catching up.
We're gonna lock it in.
They're gonna win though. They're gonna win. You start out 0-3 just so Chris can talk his shit. But by the end of this baseball segment, I want y'all to go back and look at this, and I'll be good.
Boogie, Sterling, what are you guys looking to gamble on here?
Oh man, let's go UFC for me because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about UFC, but I got a hunch. Okay,
that's all you need sometimes.
Hunch.
Let's go. Let's go with the Armin Yukian against Joaquim Silva.
Yo, you're giving up that -960?
I'm taking him to win that thing.
You want to, if you take him to win quick, you can get some plus money on that.
Yeah,
huh?
We don't know. Hold on.
88% chance of winning.
Yeah,
Boogie over there with the knowledge, like.
I'm talking about the quick win.
Yeah, you take the quick win.
Yeah,
he's gonna beat the snot out of him.
All right. See, now
it's all on y'all.
I'm looking at Vittori and Cannonier. I really want to bet on this boxing. This Bud Crawford.
Do it. Oh wait. Oh, when is that?
Is that this? Ain't that this weekend?
Is it this weekend? Oh shit. I'm sorry, people. I've had a lot going on. So
we got some soccer. we got tennis. Doesn't look like there's any boxing this weekend.
Okay.
All right. At least on the big boards.
All right. So, you know what, man? I'm going to go ahead, and this one might bite me in the ass. I want to take Cannonier over Vittori. I'm going to go for the upset.
We smoke bud. I'm sorry, it's not this week. My bad.
All right, you're taking.
You saw, Sterling, did you see it? You saw the trailer?
Vittori?
No, I want to go Cannonier, Jerry Cannonier over Vittori.
All right,
man, you ain't got a pole big enough.
All right.
But he said we catch fish. He said ain't no way to catch Moby Dick, motherfucker. And that shit was hilarious. I swear to God. Oh, you gotta watch Earl Smith.
All right, gentlemen. So you are locked in on your picks for this week.
I'm gonna win this time, Chris. Fuck you. We gonna get the dub. Come on, Rockets. Astros.
You don't even know who you cheering for.
All right. Those are the three picks for this week. Go to Betstamp. Let me get the logo up on here. Boom, there's the logo. Let's get the website.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to put up our record from last week. There it is.
We're good on that.
Everybody can see it. So a couple picks on who they've got. All right, comments. Thomas isn't real happy with your first round pick for the win. He doesn't know about that one. Okay. Ghost says July is the boxing match that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And Thomas is not riding with you on Cannonier.
Cannonier, yeah.
But I bet you all y'all got these Astros with me.
Yeah.
All right, and that ends.
No, hey, can you get the Nuggets on the money line for me? Did we talk about that yet? Did we talk about that?
No, it's right now, actually. That's
okay. We got to get the either or.
We got the either or first.
Oh, either or. My bad. Okay, we got the either or first. So, what's up, bud?
Oh, yeah.
It is the either and
you gotta ask Sterling.
Shit shifted. Yeah, you gotta ask Sterling. What happened? He disappeared. You gotta put him in. While we get Sterling, there is the either or.
Oh, this is the join. Oh, do I need to go back out and come back in?
You good?
Yeah, we good.
All right, the either or for this week, people. You know how it goes down. We got would you rather or either or elite O-line or elite D-line? Ooh. You
My answer is simple. My answer is simple. I'm a defensive player. Always play defense, always believe in defense. So I'm going with the elite D-line. I want, as they quoted in the Remember the Titans, I want 4 players that just constantly knock the chocolate out of people. Or was it fudge or whatever that fucking quote was? That's what I want. I was like, I don't know to be offended by that line or what, dog, but I was like,
that's one of those. That's racist fuck, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no.
What you got? Which one y'all taking? O-line or D-line?
D-line, man.
Elite, my bad. Elite O-line or elite D-line? I have to put elite in there.
Elite D-line.
In a second. I have to put elite. Would you rather have an elite O-line or an elite D-line? I have to put elite in there.
Elite D-line.
Okay. Chris? NFL is most of chocolate.
Of course he is. I'm an O-line guy. Of course you are.
Oh my fucking gosh. Y'all, record this. Clip this shit. Me and Chris about to agree. Oh shit. Y'all look at y'all windows. It might be Babylon. And then Jesus might be coming back. It might be the end of days. I got O-line too, Chris. And we're probably going to agree with why if I describe. You want me to describe why I got O-line? Because we're probably going to agree. He got silent. So I guess that's a yes. You want me to say why I got O-line? I mean, I was, but I was waiting for y'all to say our Boogie or someone to chime in and say, yeah, man, tell us why. Now I got O-line because I believe the offensive linemen are the most important people in the game because they allow your offense to be able to operate. And also, I believe that the gap between an elite offensive line is bigger than the gap between a very good defensive line and an elite defensive line, meaning that I believe that I could get a bunch of guys that are very good on defensive line and make it happen. As far as if I get a bunch of guys that are very good on the O-line and they play against some elite defensive linemen, they're going to get matched. You need elite offensive linemen, and elite offensive linemen make everything work.
Because that worked real well for the Cowboys.
Our offensive line, when we, well, you know, you have that quarterback play.
Yeah. I gotta go
like 3 years ago. 3 years ago,
but I will say this,
for years it was elite.
I will say this though. When it was elite, the reason why we were losing wasn't because of like the offense. It literally was because of secondary issues and a lot of other things that went into it.
You know what to fix that? An elite D line.
Yeah,
just saying, bro. I'm telling you,
when I think of elite D line, I think of like Aaron Donald with Von Miller and Greg. Like they had an elite defensive.
And what were they playing? Like, who was the Bengals?
And what were the Aaron Donalds? Look, it got.
What were the Bengals?
It doesn't say they're going to win the title.
I'm just saying. What were the Bengals?
The Bengals weren't that. Okay, hold on.
The O-line. No,
their O-line was not elite. Their O-line was not elite.
Factual
the Bengals
statement.
They was not elite at all. They were, in fact, they were pretty bad. Their D-line was good. Their D-line was good.
No, I'm just saying if you look at the difference between when you have a non-elite or a, you know what I'm saying, a subpar non-elite offensive line, it causes way more problems than when you have just a, you know what I'm saying, regular subpar, like regular D-line. I believe that you can make more things happen on the D-line with stunts and blitzes and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? But on offense, it's straight up. If our offensive line sucks, we're going to suck.
Let me challenge you on this. Just go look at the salaries. Guards aren't paid that much, right? But defensive tackles are. And edge rushers are paid a high amount. So I would say based on average annual value, that defensive line probably an elite defensive line trumps an elite offensive line.
Let me give you this perspective. I'm going to piggyback off of Russ's point here because we are actually on the same page on this one. If you've got a dominant offensive line, you can move the ball up and down the field, and you can score at will. If you've got a really bad offensive line, well, okay, but
you got to have an elite quarterback.
Fine.
You gotta have
you can run the ball.
You gotta have an above average to an elite quarterback.
Chris, hold up. You can move the ball on the ground and things like that. Hang on 1 second. But the actual point wasn't that. The actual point is this. If you've got a terrible offensive line, not only is it super difficult to score, but your quarterback's getting killed. He's probably fumbling the ball, and you're probably turning it over, and the defense can win single-handedly because your offensive line is shit. If your defensive line is shit, you can still win a football game by, guess what? Having a good offensive line and scoring a bunch of points.
That doesn't make sense.
Hold on.
That does not make sense.
On top of all that, hey Chris, I'm gonna throw you all of you real quick, and you gonna dunk the shit out of it. You just said that you need elite quarterback players. Dak an elite quarterback. I'll let y'all answer it.
Hold up.
Is Dak an elite quarterback?
Was Trent Dilfer an elite quarterback?
He played with the best defense of all time.
Yeah, I don't know
and a good offensive line. He had a very good offensive
line.
Their
offensive line was mediocre. Don't do that.
No, let me say this.
Mediocre.
The Ravens' offensive line with the Super Bowl was average to mediocre.
Was Zeus on it?
That's why they couldn't fucking score. Because their defense was great, but their offense didn't do shit.
No,
you can't tell me.
Trent Dilfer was their quarterback. That's why they couldn't score. The line made it possible for you to know exactly you knew exactly that Jamal Lewis was going to get the ball, and you still couldn't stop it because they had the Hogs up front. Like, you need the Hogs, bro. The O-line makes everything better.
The argument was one. Look how much money they pay the defensive line versus the offensive line outside of tackles. The NFL is telling you what they value, and that's defensive line.
But is that wrong?
Why is that?
What the NFL values doesn't necessarily tell you what's the most important, because we can go through the list of right now.
That's the NFL value quarterback. Hold on, this
dude who won the Super Bowl.
Listen, there's the NFL.
Wait, hold on. Let's get back on topic.
You won't even let me go there because you know I'm right.
I'm saying. No. You're gonna. No, I'll let you. You can make the point. You're gonna make the point. But I'm saying, let's get back on topic. Who won the Super Bowl?
The Chiefs. And they didn't have
who had the better defensive line?
The Eagles.
Who had the better offensive line?
The Eagles.
The Eagles have one guy on their line that's better.
No. The Eagles have the better offensive and defensive line.
I'll give you.
I'll pull up PFF. I'll pull up PFF and I'll show you if you don't believe me.
We got to, because Creed Humphrey and the boys was putting in work, and they just signed young Brown. They put it like the Chiefs. The reason why they lost the Super Bowl when they lost it because they didn't have an offensive line. If you don't have an offensive line, you will lose.
Mm.
It is layered, Thomas. Thomas, every answer is layered. It's like Inception.
It's like cake, baby. It's like cake.
So we're talking about the Eagles' offensive line, right? Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Jason Kelce, Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That they statistically had an elite offensive line. You got Jason Kelce, who's probably one of the top 3 centers in the league. Jordan Mailata, one of the top 5 left tackles in the league. Lane Johnson is the top right tackle, and Cam Jurgens is average. Okay. Their defensive line. Okay, what they had last year, Brandon Graham, right? Mm-hmm. They had Javon Hargrave, who just got a big contract with the San Francisco 49ers, Fletcher Cox, and Josh Sweat, along with Hassan Reddick. Now, he's a linebacker, but he plays the edge, right? So that's an elite defensive line. Okay, now if we look at the Chiefs, let me pull them up for you real quick.
And rank the 2 best, because I believe if we look at it, and I may be wrong, but I want to know the 2 best Chiefs offensive linemen, which I believe is Brown and Humphrey.
So the best 2
versus the 2 best Eagles.
Creed Humphrey and Joe Thuney are the better. Okay. Creed Humphrey is a young, he's young, right? And Joe Thuney is one of the better left guards in the league. So Creed Humphrey is a second-year guy. He's got a lot of upside. He's good, right? So that's their 2 if you compare,
they have a third
rosters,
though, because they just paid him.
Who?
In Orlando Brown on that line?
Orlando Brown went to the Bengals.
No, I'm saying,
but they had Orlando Brown. Yeah, they had Orlando Brown,
right?
but Orlando Brown is overrated. He's probably
I don't think so.
I'll go to PFF and I'll
I would like to, because it seems to be wherever he goes, they win. Because I know he's at the Bengals now, but wasn't he on the Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl?
Yes, he was. Yep, I'll tell you. Let me sign in this thing. But look. Let me sign into this real quick. But you can keep going. I'm signing into this. It'll give me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, after this, we'll go ahead and move on.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
He has his overall grade is a 75.8. So that's good. That's not elite. It's good. Okay. It's good. His pass blocking grade was a 77.2, and his run blocking grade was a 69.1. So according to this, he is about the 10th best offensive tackle in the league.
Okay. So you got a top. I'm just saying you got a top 10 tackle, obviously a top 10 center or top 5 center.
Top 5 center and a
top 3 center?
Top 5 guard and a center who's probably top 10ish. Top 10. He's not that good. He's top 10. Probably on the backside of 10. He's only a second.
You know where he went to school, so I know about him. That's why I am a little biased about Brown, but OU University is O-line U.
For sure. I get it. No, I get it.
But they perform. But
I just gave you an unbiased opinion right there.
No, you didn't know. But what I'm saying is that on top of everything else that the Chiefs added, I just believe that when you have a strong offensive line, having a strong defensive line strikes fear into your opponent, but having a strong offensive line gets the job done. You're right. Your quarterback has to do his job and win games, but that's every quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Even Trent Dilfer had to get the job done. But I just give me the offensive lineman. I just give me the elite O-line, and also I believe it too.
They're both important.
The most important to me. If you don't win the trenches, you're gonna lose the game. Right. But I just think that if I am a coach and I can draw up different, like you said, Hassan Reddick, I could put him on the edge, draw up different blitzes. I can cover up if my D tackle's not as good. If my center just sucks, he just sucks. We're just gonna get mowed.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and use the last 15 minutes. We're gonna go over to the NBA. The finals wrapped up just yesterday. Was yesterday? Yesterday. It was like I remember like it was yesterday. And it was a parade in someone's city, but it wasn't John Moran City. It was our boy Sterling Furlow City.
So let me tell you this, man. So when the Nuggets won the title, I went downtown, and I never seen nothing like this, like a celebration like that before. I mean, Boogie, you probably seen it because the Astros won titles. The Spurs win titles. For Denver, I didn't go when the Broncos won because they had won 2 before, right? They won their last one. But I went downtown to see this whole Nuggets thing, man. And let me tell you, dude, the streets were filled. People were shooting guns in the air, drunk it was wild. Aaron Gordon came out and was walking amongst the crowd. And it was a mob of people. I was down there. It was crazy, man. Like it was nuts. I ain't never seen it like it.
Come on, Sports Sushi.
But
interview that nigga right there.
The Nuggets, man. Like they did it. They did it. And Jokic is the best player in the world. Jamal, we've been saying this here on Sports Sushi all season.
Thank you, Sterling.
What the Nuggets we've been saying this. What the Nuggets needed, they needed a Michael Porter Jr. who was a little bit more consistent. Now, he wasn't great, but he played well in certain moments.
Thomas, yeah.
What did he say?
He said they did it for Raif Adu. What is it? Sharif Adu?
Mahmoud Adu Fraouf.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for messing it up.
Yeah. No, but Jamal Murray was better than we even thought. Right? He was better. He was better than Bubble Murray.
I don't want to be that guy, but those who know me know I held him in very high esteem. So this was kind of like, for me, was kind of like I told y'all that nigga could ball. Like I told y'all he could ball like that. But
this good and off of ACL, like that's impressive. And then Jokic, man, Jokic was doing Jokic things, dude. I mean, he's pretty much unstoppable.
What did his screen say?
What?
He is what he thought he was. What we thought he was. He is what we thought he was.
Yeah.
All the shout outs.
Bruce Brown, man. Bruce Brown coming off the bench was solid. Aaron Gordon was nice. He was nice. KCP with the defense, man. The Nuggets got a squad, and they're gonna
say you're describing a basketball team. That's what you're describing. Somebody that's serious about basketball.
They are a squad, and the thing about the Nuggets is that because they have so many shooters and they can play defense too. Like they're gonna really, the NBA's kind of gone to small ball, and they're gonna make teams change that up now because the Heat. Look, if they were playing the Celtics, we know the Heat gonna win that. If the Heat were playing the Warriors, they're going to win that because they don't have size. But if they're going to play the Nuggets, who have size, I think that's why Giannis won his, because Giannis and Lopez and Middleton and those guys. And what's his name? Always knocking niggas out. God, what's his name?
Eyes.
Portis.
Portis, yeah, Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis is size. Like they got that because of size. So the NBA, they're gonna have to go back to size, like because this small ball stuff
always 10 foot.
Yeah, listen, man, the Nuggets are good. They're here to stay. If you want to trade Michael Porter Jr. and give me somebody else, I'm good with that too. But the Nuggets, I think they can win another title in a couple years. They're that good.
I'm glad that we saw what we saw. You'll always see me preach. The NBA is not a popularity contest. Like Sterling said, me and him both have been preaching this Nuggets team for months. Like trying to say, like, this is not just us saying we like them. This is watching a team operate at a very high level, like machine spur-like level. Like, you're not stopping this. So either you're going to last with it and beat it in the end, or it's just going to run you over. And we saw that. These motherfuckers lost 3 games in the playoffs.
That's just crazy.
They lost 3 games. I think when we really look at the totality of this, and we'll get into where Joker ranks and everything like that, but like these motherfuckers lost 3 games in the entire playoffs. They lost 2 games to the Suns, and they lost 1 game to the Heat.
4 games. So they lost 1 to the Wolves.
Oh, I'm sorry. They lost 4.
Yeah, but that's still impressive.
4. My bad. My bad. You know why I forgot the Wolves? Because they didn't fucking matter either. Like they got 1 out of there, so they lost. But still, at the end of the 4 games, 4. Like they lost 4. None of their series went above 6 games. They didn't go to the game 7. They swept crazy. LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like this team did not get the respect it deserved. I believe that I believe that now. I think the NBA is Sterling. You're right. Like they're gonna respect more the big man now. The goal is always 10 foot. If you have a skilled big man, you can get it done if you have a team built around it. But I just like the fact that this team won this year because it showed that like you can't just say we got the guy that everybody likes and the other guy that everybody likes and we're gonna get it done. No, like you need a guy like KCP that's gonna hit every corner 3 damn near that he takes. You're going to need a guy like MPJ that realizes he has star potential, but right now I'm 4th. You're going to need a guy like Aaron Gordon who said, fuck your dunk titles. I'm going to go get me a championship because instead of being the number 1, you put me on a team where I'm the number 3. All I got to do is dunk the ball, lay it up with a center that plays point guard. And is a top 5 point guard in the league, by the way. And he's playing center. No, and then Joker, on top of this, Joker averaged 30. So to all the people that say make Joker a scorer, there you have it. He was. Because I think Jamal Murray averaged 21. Yeah. So like Joker led in scoring. I believe he led in rebounding?
He led in rebounding. Murray led in assists.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? So like these guys went out here and man, like you said, pay attention to Denver. They got to find a way to fill some spots because of the new CBA and the way teams have got to be built. You can only do it. You're not going to be able to, overpay and like, you know what I'm saying, get the luxury because it's really going to cost you. But commend this team. And when we go back and look at how good this team was and how like how precise and how they got down to their business that this team was. Like, this team was meticulous about getting the job done, and it was beautiful to see them do it.
For sure.
All right. So we touched on it a little bit here, but we talked a little bit about how Jokic is
my bad. Before we get to Joker. Jeff Green won.
All right.
OKC, y'all need a 30 for 30. Just go look up all the OKC players that have MVPs and championships and ask why couldn't they get one. Go ahead, Boogie.
All right. So what does after winning the championship, what does Jokic rank as far as best player? I didn't really specify it, but
ever?
we can just talk about all time. Let's talk about ever.
You know how I get down, guys. The centers have their own category. And we see why, and I think it was proven why. Because when you have a center that's good and skilled and better than everybody else, he's going to beat you. A la Joker, averaging 30. And he doesn't even have athleticism. So I'm going to take this to, as I rank him above all the centers. No, you have to do it more than once. Kareem has 6. Shaq has 4. Kareem got back-to-back. So to me, it's a top 5 finals performance I've ever seen, for sure. But as far as ranking him all time, he's probably 6 or 7 right now. Because you can't put him above Kareem, you can't put him above Bill Russell, you can't put him above Shaq, you can't put him above Hakeem, and you're not gonna put him above. Did I say Shaq?
You said Hakeem twice.
No, I said Kareem. I meant Kareem.
Oh, okay.
I pulled a future. Kareem and Hakeem and Shaq. That's 5, right?
Bill. Yeah, he said Bill Russell.
I think he's top 15. I think he's in the 10 to 15 range right now. And then I think if he wins another,
I think that's my bad, Sterling. I'm sorry, my bad, Thomas. Thank you. Timmy is a C. He's both. Timmy's both, but
the only reason why he played power forward
is David
Robinson plays center.
Yeah, and he's 5, and he's better than David Robinson at center. Mm-hmm. And he's the 5th one, because I think I only named 4, but he's the 5th one. So Tim Duncan is the 5th one. So Joker still got to pass those guys, and he's not there yet. But as far as a run, like I said, how many does Will have?
Now skill, I would say he's a top 3 center to ever play the game. Skill.
Oh, he's top 2. Only center is more skilled than him is Hakeem.
Yeah. I think he needs
another. I really do think his passing puts him past Kareem.
Yeah. I mean,
his ability to run an offense.
He does everything. He does everything.
His ability to run an offense puts him, to me, in my opinion, it puts him above Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, even though he's got as far as skill is concerned. Now, as far as career and better player, Kareem got that guy. But as far as
legacy,
skills,
right.
Yeah, skills, skilled basketball player that you watch. This is the unicorn. Yeah. They just had to believe in the fat boy. They thought it was Porzingis. They thought it was this. Nah, it's him.
Jokic.
It's him. It's Jokic. That's the unicorn. And he can't jump off a curb, but he don't need to.
Man,
learn how to play basketball, kids. Learn how to play basketball. Being knowledgeable of the game is way more important than being able to jump over for somebody.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. All right. Well, you know what? We're just gonna start. We're gonna close it out here.
Can I give one more shout out to Jamal Murray though? I'm sorry. One more. Jamal Murray is, and was always gonna be that boy. And I told y'all that when he came out of Kentucky.
All right. Go ahead, drop the video, Chris.
What is this? The Betstamp?
It should be the Betstamp.
I just want to say thank you again to our sponsor, Betstamp. Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sports books. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the easiest and simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and to maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. If you haven't already done so, install Betstamp using promo code SUSHI, that's us, and start line shopping your way to a competitive advantage today. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Betstamp. I just want to say thank you again to our sponsor, Betstamp.
All right, so check it out. Shout out to the good people at Betstamp. Remember to use the code SUSHI. We are now live on Rumble. I should have said that at the beginning of the show, but I didn't. My mistake. But going forward, hey man, we're live on Rumble. If you want to follow us,
hit the subscribe and bell. Damn,
hit the like and subscribe. We
forgot that too, but we're gonna get better.
Fucking slipping, Russ. All right. But if you want to follow us on our social media accounts, you can follow that as Sports Sushi, all one word on Twitter, sports_sushi at Instagram. Also, next week we will be talking about Ja Morant's suspension if it comes down. But most importantly, if we have our full cast, we will start our legacy series where we will highlight the career of Carmelo Anthony. So please tune in for that. We're going to discuss whether he is, Hall of Fame worthy, things that, if we could change certain things about his career, whether you should do this, that, we will get into discussion with that. And I know my boy Russ is waiting for that because that is his guy.
I know. I was going to say this. What Boogie's basically trying to tell y'all is in the time that we have where it's only baseball, because we Sports Sushi is going to prove that we are sports discussion by bringing y'all weekly discussions that are going to make your mind grow.
Mm-hmm. And we also going to talk about, what I like to call backyard sports, shit that we played as a kid.
Boogie. And our idea, I was gonna say, Boogie, we are gonna give them. We're gonna have that bracket for the best food, sports food at arenas and football stadiums. We're gonna develop that bracket. That's gonna be happening this summer. We're gonna pack this up with a lot of interesting topics. So stick with us if you like to talk sports. If y'all that watch tonight, y'all know you put your comments in, we respond. So tell everybody to join us. We're trying to get the whole world, to talk some sports and chill.
All right, so remember to like and subscribe. You can find me at DJ Slow Boogie. It's all one word, I-N-E at the end, not a Y. Snapchat, Twitter, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit. You can find me there. Where can they find you at, Sterling?
Afro Sterling on Twitter, Stilo.Huncho on the TikTok, and BuffaloRumblings.com.
Russ, where can they find you?
You already know you can find me on the Twitter at RLClimbSP, and you can find me on IG at Big30 The Truth, the THA. All right.
And Chris don't want y'all to follow him on social media, but let's go ahead and just give it to him. Chris, where can they find you at on social media? See, there you go.
It's that easy. You just gotta become a part of this, Chris. That's the fact that you need to become a part of this, man. You're like,
oh shit. Okay. Well, you can find Chris at Gratwick. Okay.
Chris know he want to pull up like Eminem in that car 8 Mile. Me Sterling and Boogie in the car. What's up, nigga? Hey, just come on, man. It's okay. Right, join the fun, the party.
So tune in.
White man can jump on Sports.
We got a show planned out for y'all, so please pull up. See y'all every Wednesday. Bang, bang, gang.
Go be great.